even when you're doing SEO, some of your SEO will be directly to solution-based searches, and some of your SEO will be based on interrupting people, and that'll be with helpful things that will help them become problem aware, maybe, because they're not sure that your product or service is the solution, right? So we need to think a little bit differently when we set our plans up. Now, before you can actually really accurately target who it is you want to attract with your marketing, you need to know who your ideal customer is. Now, this is a customer avatar sheet. You've probably heard of this before. This is just one that I think I found on the internet. I can't remember, to be honest with you, but there's lots of these things around. So you can, if you want to, I'll just stop on this slide for a bit. You can make some notes, but really you want to just know who it is you're targeting. The clearer you are about who it is you're targeting, the easier it is for you to just understand what problems you're solving. And when it comes to solution marketing or SEO in particular, you've got to think like your customer and go, well, what is it that they're typing into Google? And you've got to really understand what those search terms are. So I always like to start with a list of problems I solve. And so, to do that, sometimes you need to think about who is your ideal customer. Now, to fill this sheet in, a lot of people really struggle with this because they're just trying to answer the questions. Instead, what I like to tell people to do is think about your top 3 to 5 favorite customers, write their names into this particular sheet and fill it in thinking about that person, because that's going to really help you understand who your ideal customer is. And if you really love working with them, they really love working with you, then you can base all your marketing on targeting that type of person. And it's a really clever thing to do. So, you can go through and you can try and answer these questions without doing that, but it's much easier if you have a person in mind that you visualize and go, right, I remember Ben came to me last week. What did he want me to help him with? What was the problem that he had? And then you go, that's right, he had X problem. And then you go, well, how did we solve that problem? We provided this product or this service. That's how we solved that problem. And what was stopping Ben from achieving that himself? That was the obstacle. And so this is what I call the P.O.D formula. And if we're going to be really good at capturing people's details, we have to know what their desired outcome is and what is stopping them from achieving that desired outcome without your help. Right? So problem, obstacle, desired outcome. Now, there's never one problem that you solve. It's usually, a big list of problems, and you really need to write down what all of those problems are, because when it comes to SEO, what you want to do is you want to make sure that when someone is doing a search in Google to solve that problem, you come up. Okay. And so that's really important. So if you know what all your problems are that you solve, it becomes really easy for you to create good content that will then sit nicely within Google. And what Google's looking for, Google recently has been making a lot of updates. Well, not recently, they've been doing it forever. But the latest updates they're doing are all these anti-spam and what they call E.A.T, which is expertise, experience, authority, and trustworthiness. And so they're looking for those 4 things from you when you're on Google, and whether or not it's going to show your results up. So it's really important. So you do need to know who your ideal customer is.